Hey everyone, so glad you guys were able to join us tonight for the Mom Boss webinar. I just wanted to take a little bit of y'all's time tonight and just really explain how I balance coaching and being a mom, and hope this is really helpful for y'all. So I'm just going to jump right in. My name is Lauren Boyd, and I have been married to Jay for 6.5 years. It'll be 7 years in November. We have 2 kids. Brayden is 3.5 and Bella is 17 months. And before we even had kids, Jay and I decided that if the Lord would allow it, that I would be a stay-at-home mom. This was a hard decision for me at the time because I enjoyed working. I liked being out of the house. I wasn't that mom that growing up knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So having that decision was hard at first, but I have loved every minute of it, and I'm very glad that I can stay at home. I have been a Beachbody coach now for 9 months and loving that, and I'm really grateful. I do get to stay at home and be able to work this business as well. So how I became a coach. I started my journey actually as a challenger. I was scrolling through Facebook in October of last year and found a free clean eating challenge group. And at the time, a little bit of my backstory, I had Bella in March and was really struggling with postpartum depression at the time. I had very high highs and low lows. I don't remember a lot of the first 6 months of Bella's life. I'm very grateful for videos. I really was struggling with joy. As a mom, we are expected, I think, to find this joy and happiness immediately after having a baby. And I was really, really struggling to find that. I had very emotional days and I had very emotionless days. And I had very little motivation to do things. I was napping all the time. I didn't have any energy, and I was struggling being a mom, honestly. And when I came across this challenge group, something in me just paused and stopped and stared at it. And I stared at it for a while before committing to it and emailing my coach. And I'm so thankful I did. Within the first week, I started noticing changes. I don't think I napped at all the first week of my challenge. I procrastinated a little bit after that challenge. I joined another one a month later and then realized something is happening and I need a change. I need something for me. And moms, that is okay to say that you need something for you. I'm very, very passionate about that. As moms, we devote so much of our time to our kids and our husbands and working in the house and taking care of everything that oftentimes we forget about ourselves. And in that moment in November when I joined, I remember talking to Jay and saying, I need to change and I really think that this can be it. And after joining as a challenger and going through that the first month, I had so much energy after joining, and I was finding time for me. I was working out. I was prepping food. I was taking care of my body. And I found something I believed in, and I found this purpose for me. Obviously, as moms we have a purpose of taking care of our families, but we do need to find a purpose for ourselves. And I was finding that with Beachbody. And so I jumped on this coach bandwagon and just hit the ground running, and have loved it and just have dove head first. So I want to introduce you all to some of my now best friends. These are also mom bosses. They are awesome. They all have a part of my heart. Some are on my team personally, and Bree up in the top corner, she is one of my success partners. And these women are all strong and beautiful and have amazing stories. They've all come from different places. I wrote on here, there are stay-at-home moms and there are full-time working moms. This is not something for just stay-at-home moms. You can be a working mom and do this. So I will get into how to do that later. But I just wanted y'all to see faces of other moms that are doing this, rocking the business, and doing great in it. So right out of the bat, I'm going to actually talk about Shakeology and nursing and pregnancy, because I know as moms, and if you have new babies, this is something that I asked, and it's a question that I get often, is can I drink Shakeology while nursing or pregnant? And obviously the disclaimer is absolutely talk to your doctor first, but I did, and I have not had any problems with it. The women on my team, the women I work with as challengers, they drink it. They have not had problems with it. Their babies, my baby, there's Bella drinking her Shakeology now, have been fantastic. For Bella, she was colicky and had acid reflux. I started drinking Shakeology when she was 6 months, and she started sleeping through the night. She wasn't having any belly issues. For me personally, I recommend all my moms that start drinking Shakeology just to start with like half a scoop just to see how your baby handles it. But in regards to safety, absolutely, I would say it's okay. Same thing with pregnancy. I didn't drink it through my pregnancy because I didn't know about it. I have moms drinking it right now through their pregnancies, and their pregnancies are fantastic. One of my coaches actually has said she doesn't have those pregnancy cravings that she did. She has a ton of energy through her first trimester, and we all know how the first trimester can be. So just an encouragement there. And in regards to our milk supply for nursing moms, this is a big deal because I always actually had an undersupply, and I always was just able to produce enough to feed my kids. I never had bags of milk stored. And when I started drinking Shakeology for the first time, I actually was able to pump and store milk. And I think it was a combination of Shakeology and eating clean and drinking more water as well that was able to produce more milk. But I put this question at the bottom of it because a lot of times our first question in this is, well, is it safe for me and my baby? Is it safe for pregnancy? Is it safe for nursing? But do you ever question going through a McDonald's? Do you ever question going through a fast food, drive-through place? How is those chemically induced things? We don't question that. I didn't question that. But yet we're going to question a nutrient-dense, high vitamins, minerals kind of shake for the safety. And that was just something that hit me hard. So I ask you to think about if you're asking about Shakeology, also ask about the other things that you're putting in your body. So, all right. Coaching and family life, my favorite. This is not a business or a job that is one or the other. Combine it. Make it a family business. It should be. Involve your family in this. when I started, my plan was to cover my shakes. Jay wanted me to cover my shakes, and that's what he asked me to do. But as I started to see the potential in the business, my plan changed. And about 3 months into coaching, Jay and I actually sat down together and developed a plan together, a plan of action of what I wanted to accomplish, what I saw that was possible in this. And then I also sat down with him and developed my why. And we're going to talk about this in a little while, about why you want to be here. Of course, it's, I like to help people. I like to mentor women. I like to get healthy myself, but I needed to discover my own why. And we sat down one night, and I have a lot of my coaches do this with their spouses. Why are you doing this? What is the deep-rooted core purpose of why you want to get into this? And once we sat down and Jay realized, my why was like, yes, it was for my family. I want my family to see the best version of myself. I want this to be a long-lasting lifestyle for my family. I needed a purpose for myself. That was a huge why for me. But once he realized that, he is now able to encourage me and push me, and he respects what I do, and he loves that I have this. And because we sat down and did that together, I think that's a huge reason why he has so much respect for this business. But let your family be a part of it. You see, Braden's doing planks with me. He cooks with me all the time. He loves it. Bella is always up on the stool trying to cook. But do your workouts with your kids. I'm going through size right now. Braden and Bella will bust a move. They don't really know what they're doing, but they are in it, and they're photobombing my videos all the time. Make them a part of this journey. One of the coaches I was talking to while putting this together for y'all said she gives her daughter a notebook, and they both work together if her daughter's awake while she's working, and gives her little projects, and she pretends that she's on team calls. Just let them be a part of it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be one or the other. And then finding a balance. This was really hard for me at first because I just wanted to go, go, go. But setting a schedule, and this was a big deal for me. Some of my coaches will probably laugh because they know me and they know how scatterbrained I am. And I had all my to-do lists in my head. I never wrote anything down. I've never had a planner or a calendar. Drove my husband crazy. But once I realized what I could do and the potential that there is in this business, I sat down and I created a schedule. And I did this again with my family. We sat down, and we still do this every Sunday. We sit down and we look at the week and what it should look like. And I set a schedule for the day. I know when I'm going to be with my kids, and I put the technology and the phone and the computer up during that time. I know when I'm working, and when I'm working, I have a set schedule of what I'm going to do for the day. Jay knows there are a few evenings I tend to work, or I have calls or team calls, and all of that has been set out on our calendar. So that has definitely created a balance in our lives. Because I do that, a lot of these go together. I get the support from Jay. I also have the support from my other family members, my parents, my in-laws. They just encourage me and talk to all of these people about what you're doing. Have them either join you in the journey. A lot of my family is in this with me, and they're just a great support system. With expectations, that kind of goes along with the schedule. Jay and I have our expectations. We know that if on the calendar it says that I'm going to take that night off, I'm going to take that night off, and that's where that balance. Happens. He doesn't form a resentment towards this company because we have that balance, because he knows when I'm working. And there are times that I do have to work more than others. Again, this is because I know what I want to accomplish. When you set your goals, which is the next one, writing down your goals. If your goal is to cover your Shakeology, fantastic. Figure out a way to do that. Work with your coach, work with me to figure out how to get there, and we'll get you there. But if your goal is to do more in this, write it down. Just write down your goals. Y'all, I had never written down my goals before. And when I did, it actually started as dreams. Those dreams became goals for me, and they became goals for me and my family. And when I'm writing those goals down, I'm able to write down steps to achieve them and dates to achieve them, things that I never had done before coaching. So the balance is huge, and doing all these things have helped me drastically with balancing my family. Now, working full time, it's possible, y'all. These are just two women that are in my life personally that work full time and are killing it in this business. It is possible. And when I talked to them, they were talking about how that why that I was talking about earlier, that is so important, because Vanessa at the bottom picture, she was saying she has to revisit her why every single day, and that's what keeps her going. And that, even as a stay-at-home mom, that's what keeps me going. I need to know my why every day, and that's what gets me up, and that's what gets me excited and ready to do this. But even as a full-time working mom, you need to know that why and it be in the core of you to keep pushing you. You need to have a plan, a schedule, just like as me as a stay-at-home mom. A working mom absolutely has to have a schedule. You need to sit down again with your family, figure out when you can work Beachbody, when is your time for your full-time job, and when is your time for your family. And I know that sounds like a lot, but when you sit down and actually plan it out and schedule it, and your kids know about it, and your husband knows about it, it will make it, it'll just flow together. It'll be amazing how much you will get done. There are sacrifices if you want to really work this business and be very successful in it. You are going to make sacrifices. I know that I personally don't watch TV. I know that the coaches that I talk to that work full time, they don't really watch a whole lot of TV either. You do make sacrifices in this, but I promise you they are so worth it. And a big thing is knowing you will have to put some time into this at the beginning, but looking forward to the future and what this can provide for you in the future is priceless. Vanessa, I know her dream of what her future could look like with this keeps her going, keeps her pushing, and I know a lot of full-time moms who work want to quit their full-time jobs and be able to stay at home. And so looking towards that and having that future goal becomes very, very important. All right, we're going to get into like the business side of things a little bit now. So before I even begin talking about that, I'm going to kind of nail some of these objections that we get as coaches. And whether these are yours, I know all three of these actually were mine. I don't have the money. My husband works in nonprofit, and obviously I was a stay-at-home mom, and I said, I don't have the money for that. There's no way I can afford that. That's crazy expensive. But I actually pulled out a savings for the first month to purchase it, and I'm not saying that you need to do that. But what I realized was as soon as I loved it, I signed up and I was like, I'm just going to do this for a month. But I fell in love with it and I believed in it. We sat down and realigned a lot of things in our lives to do this because it was that important to me. And what we found was we had the money. We were just putting it elsewhere where we didn't really need it and it wasn't essential. When it became important to me, the money and the funds became available. And I don't take out a savings. It's actually in my grocery budget now, Shakeology is. And the money is there. And our grocery budget didn't go up at all. We just realigned things. The other thing was I don't I don't have a lot of friends, or I stay at home, or I don't have a lot of networking going on. Trust me, if you do this business and you listen to your coaches and you go through the training, you will find people. And the coolest thing is the amount of people and the amount of relationships I've gotten to grow in this. Being a stay-at-home mom, I was like, I don't talk to anybody. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old when I started. I don't talk to anybody. Like, how am I going to grow this business? And it has challenged me in so many ways to get out of that bubble and talk to people and engage with people. And it's so fulfilling because I'm actually talking to other moms and other adults. And that has been such an awesome part of this journey, is just growing the relationships. And again, if it's important to you, you'll find a way to talk to people, and it will stretch you, which is really another great part of this. And then a big one for me, and I'm going to try not to get emotional because this was my biggest one, was I'm not where I need to be. Who is going to listen to me? I need to hit this milestone first. And it says there's never going to be a perfect time. Just start where you're at. When I started, I was going through postpartum. I was overweight. I still had about 30 pounds I wanted to lose. I, again, had no motivation to work out, no motivation to eat clean. And I was just like, who is going to listen to me? Who would listen to me going through all of this? Who would want to be mentored by me? There's no way. And what I realized is I just had to start, because I would keep putting it off and keep putting it off and keep putting it off. And you just have to start. You just have to take that leap, because what I found was people would just joined in the journey with me. And that's what it's about. This is not necessarily about sales. This is about people and changing lives, and you change yours first, and people get to experience you changing your life, while you're also encouraging to change theirs. And this, taking the coaching leap, was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I'm going to end with why and how it's been that way. So kind of going with your why, you have got to find what your purpose is. Why do you want to do this? What is your purpose? Do you want time for you? Do you want financial freedom? Do you want to be able to stay at home with your kids? Do you want to be able to give your family a little extra, or help pay for bills, or groceries, or gas? Do you have this crazy far-fetched dream of this future you would like? Would you like to use this for that? When I started out, I eventually wrote down my goals and what they were for 2016. And those were to be able to take my family on a vacation, to upgrade my family car, and a couple other things. And I wrote them down, and I figured out how I was going to get there. And that was for 2016. And for me personally, these two pictures are so significant, because that is my upgraded family car, and that is me and my family at vacation in May. Both of these are funded by Beachbody, and they happened 6 months earlier than what I had anticipated. And it's so near and dear to my heart. And actually today I put my son's enrollment in for his preschool. All of this is possible because of Beachbody and because of the goals that I set, and I found this purpose, and I just went for it. So you really need to know what your purpose is for joining, and it can be multiple things as well. As a coach, you are your own boss, which is so cool. We say for full-time people that want to become full-time Beachbody coaches, you get to fire your boss and become your own boss. So that is awesome. You make this what you want to make it. When you join, we don't have to worry about shipping or inventory. We don't keep anything in the house. Beachbody does all of that for us. We earn commission off of everything we sell. and you have the potential for amazing bonuses. You get customers that when you qualify, Beachbody will give you customers that order through the website as leads, and you have the potential to reach out to them, and you can earn commissions from them if they join your challenge groups or whatever. Like I said, the income potential is unbelievable. It's unlimited. And I love this quote, and I share this all the time, but you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. I knew nothing. I had so many questions joining this. I just knew I needed to start something. And so I started, and it's become a great journey through this. So as a coach, what do we actually do? What do? I get to talk to people all the time. I love it. I get to start new conversations. I get to have ongoing conversations with people. It has challenged me to talk to people through Facebook, through Instagram, and then also total strangers in stores. That one took me a little while, but it is fun how this challenges you in ways that you never even knew were possible. I get to build awesome relationships with my challengers as well as my coaches. I get to invite people and run challenge groups. I do free challenge groups. I do 21-day challenge groups, random fun challenge groups as well. And I just get to meet people through those. We work with people to figure out a program that's specific for them, what they need, to reach their goals. We get to I listen to so many people explain what their goals are, and get to be able to start the journey with them from the very beginning is so, so cool. I get to work out and take care of myself in all of this. I love going through all various different programs. I drink my Shakeology. I eat clean. A lot of this is what I get to do as well to take care of myself, to better myself. I share my life on social media, and I know that can sound scary at the beginning, but it has been such an amazing ride, and to open up and be vulnerable with people. It's amazing how many people really like to hear what you are going through and will join you when you really are vulnerable and open. And I enjoy sharing my story with people. I enjoy sharing my life with people. I have grown personally through this, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. We challenge, one of the vital behaviors that you'll learn is personal development. I didn't read a book at all before I began this, and now I try to read every day at least for 10 minutes. Some personal development book or my Bible study that actually those are with my Bible study. My Bible study is most important for me. And then the personal growth books have helped me, not just as a coach and as in a business, but it's helped me in my marriage. It's helped me communicate with my family. Huge. And then I get to mentor and train other coaches, which is my passion personally. I love my challengers, but I was a teacher, so you can't take you can take us out of the classroom, but can't take the teacher out of the girl. So I just love teaching and mentoring other coaches to be successful. The investment, when I started, I put about an hour in a day. Now I try to do about 2 to 3 hours a day, which varies from day to day. As mom, we never know what our schedule is going to look like. We can plan our schedule, but our kids kind of will dominate that at times. So I really just, again, going back to scheduling, make sure, you put in your power hour and then go from there. You'll get back what you put in. In regards to the monetary investment, it really depends on what challenge pack you want to purchase, but your initial investment is your challenge pack, your workout and your Shakeology, and you're investing in yourself, which is the greatest investment anyway. Your monthly fee after the first month after your challenge pack is $15.95, and that covers that shipping, their inventory, returns, your websites, everything. Your Shakeology after the challenge pack purchase becomes $97 a month. You get 25% off of everything you purchase as a coach. And then having a club membership, which is the on-demand, which you have access to workout videos, everything, is a quarterly fee of $38.87 if you decide to maintain that. That is optional. And then there's military discounts, which is great. You guys get your enrollment fees waived, and then also your coach fee is waived as well. So when you join this, a lot of people are like, I'm scared to join. I don't know what to do. Well, great. Neither did I, neither did any of us, but we do not just set you out and say, hey, have fun, go for it. We are here for you constantly as your coach to encourage you and support you. That we have an amazing support system. For me personally as coaches, I will mentor you. I will train you. I am your coach, and you're stuck with me, and I'm stuck with you. And it's a great relationship, and it becomes a friendship. And there's accountability and success partners. This top picture, these girls are my success partners, and they push me every day. We challenge me. I have cried with them, laughed with them, and I got to meet them at Summit, which was fantastic. And we just have a great friendship and just challenge one another in the business. I will work with my coaches, and I know all the other coaches do one-on-one calls with you to help you and walk you through everything, especially at the beginning, and then just kind of throughout the journey as well. I have weekly team calls. We have weekly team calls with Iron Edge, which is on Monday nights. Mine are Thursday nights, so they just vary. I have a personal team page. Obviously, Iron Edge has an awesome page with resources. Carly keeps us in check. Rock the Basics, which is new coach training. So when you say you don't know anything, we start you with Rock the Basics. It's the brand new coach training. It takes you basically through the first month of your business and walks you through what you need to be doing. And then Beachbody has provided us such an amazing back office with resources and tools and tips. So these are just some fun pictures. That's my team call, just us being goofballs on it. So you are definitely not in this alone. We are a team, and you join us as a team, and you will be in the team as well. So I'm going to kind of wrap up with how coaching has changed my life. I've kind of alluded to this. It's the best decision I could have made for myself, but in turn also the best decision I could have made for my family and for my kids. Because I'm going to go to the second one, because I've become more organized, because I've become more structured and have a schedule, I am more intentional with my kids. I have that time with them where I set everything aside and it is me and them. And I cannot tell you how much that has meant to me. To start this and and struggle with momhood, essentially. I dance around the kitchen with my kids. I play with them outside. I have energy, and I love being a stay-at-home mom now. I love it. I wouldn't take it back for the world, and to have that change has meant everything. I had the physical transformation, and it's been great. But everything that's meant the most, or the most important thing to me through this, was the emotional change and the joy that I have with my family and what I can give back to them because I'm stronger mentally, because I'm stronger emotionally. I have gotten so much more done being a coach than not being a coach because of that structure. Everything's pretty much scheduled out for me. I have my schedule, and I get so much more accomplished throughout the day because of that now than I did before. I have finally something for me. My kids are for me. I love them. They're for, I get to enjoy them daily. But you have got to do something for yourself, moms. You have to. And I said it in the beginning that a lot of times we don't take that time for ourselves, and we devote everything we have to our kids. But you know what? I became a better mom. I became a better wife because I did something for myself. When I had that outlet, when I developed that purpose, I became a better person. I became more enjoyable to be around. I became joyful. I had energy for my kids. I had energy for my husband. This will make you and stretch you, and it will make you a better person. It'll make you the best version of yourself. I promise you that. If you let it, it will. So do it for you, and in turn, you're going to do it for your kids and for your family. And I just can't say enough about that. It's just been such an emotional journey through this, and it's shaped me in more ways than I can ever tell y'all. Again, I have joy and passion and energy and drive and determination, things that I didn't have before. So what do you do now? I want you to talk to your friends and your family. I want you to talk to the coach that brought you here. Get the support. Talk about what you're wanting to do. And then dream big. Dream huge, because the potential in this is unbelievable. Don't just settle for what you think you can. Stretch it and find that deep-rooted passion in this and your purpose and your why, and go for those goals. And those dreams, they'll become real. And then I love this. What would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? Because I know that a lot of times in our minds, well, what if I'm not good about this? What if I fail? What if you don't? What if you're really good at it? What if you succeed? What if you do things you never thought were possible? Would you do it then? Don't play the what if game. Don't play what if I don't succeed. Play what if I do, and then go from there. And then this is my biggest quote. This is like the root of everything in me right now, is a dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps become a plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. I had these crazy dreams that I put in the back of my head that I never thought would ever become possible. But when I became a coach, I wrote those dreams down. And those dreams then became my goals. And when they became my goals, I set a date for when I wanted them to happen. I told people about that. I wrote down steps to accomplish them. And guess what? Those dreams, they're not as far as you think they are. They're not as crazy as you think they are. They can become a reality, and they will become a reality because you're now taking steps to do them. So I pray that y'all just join. I know this was long, but I really hope you got a breakdown of how this can help you as a mom, how this can help you as a wife, as a person, as just you. The journey starts with you, and it starts with your first step, and you can make all your dreams come true once you take that first step. So I just encourage you and hope that you join us. I hope to see you on these team pages and kicking some serious booty in this. And I just thank you guys for joining us tonight.